I set my gear up, I poured a warm cup of tea for me as I sat down at the bar. I had an hour to go, the crowd was a no-show, except one tired man sitting not too far. He looked at me straight in the eye, then he tipped his bottle. I drink alone, he said, not my plan, but a fact I thought that you should know. I drink alone, he said, because I don't like my reflection, and I've got no place to go. I said, I looked at his face, worn, scarred, and ashamed. The years of drinking had taken years from him. I tried to turn right in hopes that I might block him with my shoulder, so I could doodle with a pen. He looked at me straight in the eye, and he tipped his bottle. I drink alone, he said, not my plan, but a fact I thought that you should know. I drink alone, he said, yes, I don't like my reflection, and I've got no place to go. Well, how many people are getting by with no self-respect? How many people just hanging on with government checks? And why do our wings get clipped with addiction for all degrees? And why is it when I see those eyes seeing me? Hey Sam, hey Leash, hey Melinda, hey Kelly Bolton. Good evening. Let's drink alone, he said, to forget about our problems and the men we'd hoped to be. Let's drink alone, he said, and drown away our sorrow in self-pity. I drink alone, but a fact I thought that you should know. I drink alone, he said, because I don't like my reflection, and I've got no place to go. I drink alone, yeah, I drink alone. Let's drink alone. I drink alone. I drink alone, yeah, I drink alone. I drink alone. Folks, stick around, we'll be right back. Hi, I'm David Fraser, founder of Bunkie Life. We're in the building industry, but what we're famous for are small log cabin kits called bunkies that can be easily built in a weekend without needing any special skills, tools, or second mortgages. Ultimately, we help our clients create extra space for meaningful connection. Yes, we help our clients get a cool bunkie, but if you think it's just about the bunkie, you've already missed the point. Really, what this is about is creating the space and time for more meaningful connection. Having a bunkie is just part of that journey.
Mary just mentioned Bunkie Life family, and I really feel like something like this and just the whole experience is we did more than just buy a bunkie.
It's not just about the space, but what happens in the space, how it enables more connection. It allows you to spend that quality time with friends and family. It allows you to be there for each other in both senses of the phrase.
Merry Christmas!
Our family realized this when we were going through a tough time. We needed our family beside us. We had created that extra space with our own bunkie in our own backyard, and we realized how truly important it is to have the whole family together. Bunkie Life is the market leader in educational videos and content as we pioneer this growing industry. Our goal is to be the go-to source for fun, friendly, and helpful advice for families, whether they buy from us or not. Our core offering is an easy to build or built for you Bunkie kit. This helps our clients quickly and easily create extra space without any building experience. We're proudly a Canadian-made family business right here in Ontario. Our Bunkie is often the difference between that friend or family member coming to visit or not, being there for each other or not. The reason we do this is we believe family comes first. And when it comes to being there for each other, there are no do-overs. That's one of the reasons we've partnered with Ronald McDonald House Charities in their goal of keeping families close. Because ultimately, we want to help build a world where families everywhere have a place to unite, unwind, and unplug. We've committed to donating a night's stay at a Ronald McDonald House for every Bunkie we sell. Hey guys, I brought you this huge novelty check.
Oh,
Check it out.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
David, this is incredible.
And as of 2026, our team and our Bunkie Life community have been proud to have donated over $300,000. I get up every morning excited to help families create extra space for meaningful connection. Thanks so much for listening, and I can't wait to hear from you. All right, we're in for an amazing evening. We have some fantastic guests on deck. It's going to be interactive. It's going to be exciting. There's probably going to be technical difficulties, but I'm going to try to soldier through them already. In fact, maybe it'll be flawless tonight. I want to say hi to everyone that's tuning in. We got Melinda. We got people from Nova Scotia. We got people from Oklahoma. Fantastic. Saskatchewan. So it's an amazing night. Let me explain to you what I'm going to be explaining to you, and then we'll actually get into the explaining. So first and foremost, intro, welcome. My name's David. I'm running a contest where you can win a Bunkie. I think this is one of our 15th or 16th time doing this. I'm not sure, I've lost count, but we do these small log cabin kits anyone can build. We ship them all across Canada and the USA, and we're excited about what we do. And yeah, you're here probably because you're interested in learning more about Bunkies, and or you're interested in getting extra chances to win in our contest, which is going to be closing out in just a week's time. I'll be announcing the winner. It's closing, I guess, in 6 days' time. Okay, so I'll explain the schedule. I'll go into that. I'll talk about the early bird access to our end of summer sale. It's the website is officially launched as of, I think, 5 minutes ago. So that's exciting. So there's an end of summer sale, and there's an early bird perk, which I'll explain. I'll do a little presentation. We'll probably have a couple of special guests there. I'll do a quick little presentation and then more special guests. And then at the end, you get to ask people that have actually, it'll be Q&A, but it'll be not just me. It'll be with, hopefully, if they can stick around, some of our esteemed Bunkie Life clients that are with me on the Zoom call, and I'm going to put them in this live stream. So, okay, that's how it's going to go down. And I am watching your comments, and I'll try to be responding to them as I go, but we might have to save questions and answers till the end. Okay. Let's go into the next thing. So this is the live stream schedule of where we're at and where we're going. So quick little explainer. This is tonight's live stream is being a Bunkie Lifer, what it's like to be a client, the process of how to become a client. We're going to talk to real clients. I might even share why I call them clients, not customers, or I don't know what the other word would be, but yeah. We'll explain that. And then Sunday, this coming Sunday, we'll talk about how to earn extra Bunkie income. So that's this week. It's just quickly going away. And then after that, we've got the final week, which is Sunday, as I mentioned, earn Bunkie income. And then Monday, the 24th, why we do this. And we'll be officially closing the contest for any more actions or entries on Tuesday, the 25th. And then just like this, I will be live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, drawing the winner on Wednesday, August 26th. And that's when our summer sale begins. It ends on September 9th, okay? But you can get early bird access by emailing me, David at Bunkie Life. And let me explain that, I guess, if that's cool with you guys. So this is, I guess a little, well, before we get to that, let me just explain this next little segment. We emailed, I think, probably about 5 or 6 people, say, hey, we'd like to come on the live stream. and a lot of them were super keen. We got 4 of them kind of queued up, but there was other people who were like, oh, I really want to say some things, but I can't, I have something going on, I have a commitment. So I recorded a little interview with some people. This was about 5-6 months ago. And I'd like to play this because I thought it just encapsulates probably where you're at. Some of these people had entered a contest. And so I thought it would be interesting to play. It's a pretty quick little video, and it's kind of just, not me talking, but it's some really insightful things being said. So check this next little video out. How did you initially hear about Bunkie Life?
Your free
contest.
Michigan contest.
Just by browsing the web, actually, I think we saw the first thing we saw was an ad that you put on Facebook or something like that.
How long was that browsing process? Like between discovering Bunkie Life and actually ended up buying?
Between discovering and just decided that, yeah, we were going to sign everything. It was about maybe 6 months, I guess.
Actually, the process was pretty long because we've had that land waiting for us for about 17 years.
So when we entered the contest, we entered it, both our emails, we watched every video. We actually cried at the videos you guys had. Some of them were just so touching. We were like, oh, this would be so perfect because we're watching them. We're in our 1-room cottage on an island in Lake Michigan. And we're like, and it's right where we want to invite everybody to come visit us, but nobody wants to come stay with us because we only have a pull-out couch for them.
So you heard about us, and then what happened next? Did you eventually reach out to us? What happened?
We got in touch with your salesman. It was great. He was telling us pretty much everything you say in your different videos and all of that.
We did 3 seasons, 3 seasons of contests.
Yeah.
So, and then it was like, well, the odds are we're not going to win one, so we really want one.
So we pulled the trigger. When we were there, we actually met David, who was a wonderful host and
factory tour, everything else. Yep.
And he walked us through everything. And then we did it. We just said, okay, we're doing this.
So, Serge, you said that you are not in the construction business. What do you guys do for your actual jobs?
We're both working in insurance, different kind of insurance. I'm working in a home and car insurance, and she's working in personal insurance.
So if you think 2 insurance people can do a bunkie, do you think anyone can build a bunkie?
Oh, I think so.
We're so not manual. We're bookworms.
Arranged the delivery for you, and how did the delivery went? Relatively smooth. You got it to the barge and you got it to the island. Okay.
Yeah, it
was awesome.
Really worked out well.
And the organization of the bunkie, we were amazed. We're like, oh, a computer must have done that because we've never seen so much wood stacked so tightly and perfectly. And it was like this giant box of Legos that you took apart and then you got to reassemble in piles.
Anytime I needed help, I sent you an email, and it was a matter of, if it was not minutes, it was barely hours. Even on a Saturday, I wrote one time on a Saturday morning, and by the afternoon I had an answer. So I wouldn't change a thing.
We built on of course the 4th of July, which isn't a Canadian holiday, but we're like, they're not going to be there, and they were, because it's Canada. So that was wonderful. When we did call on the 4th of July,
and somebody took our call and helped us and said, yeah, just call back if you have any more questions. We were like, wow. Oh yeah, we put it on our Christmas card. We put our bunkie on the back of our Christmas card, a picture of it with a little blurb about our year, because that was our year, was pretty much building the bunkie and finishing it. And people already are writing us from across the country and saying, can we come in August? Can we come and spend a few days with you guys this time? So we went from nobody wanting to come visit us because we only have a pull-out couch in the most beautiful place in the planet, to people that would never even visit us in Michigan, let alone on this remote island, wanting to make plans to cross country to come visit us and see us. So that's really cool.
If someone was thinking about, they need extra space, or they want to create, their own little getaway like you guys have done, and they were considering Bunkie Life, what would you tell them, to consider?
Stop thinking, just do it. It's it's pretty much what we did. The day we signed the paper, I was kind of hesitating, and I just said,
no, we were freaking out. It's a big decision. It's all the big decisions in life. You always feel like, oh my God, what have I done? But it didn't take long.
But the most rewarding was when how proud we were of what we created, with Bunkie Life and with our kit, and how we were so excited when our first guest came. It was like, oh my God.
Like I'm working in insurance, she's working in insurance. Most people around us are working in offices.
Yeah.
We're finishing the day and we have nothing to show for it. So then when we started that build, when we finished the day, we just took the car, went to the cottage, we built something, and we had something.
Yeah, you're looking for sense of purpose, I think.
Such an honor to have these clients, and I appreciate you taking the leap with us, and I'm glad that it all worked out well. And there's a lot of people that are on the fence, just like you were at a bunch of contests, and I think that what you shared is going to hopefully help them make a decision one way or the other. And like you say, like life is short, and if it is the bridge between, like you say, people not being able to come, I mean, what more can you ask for to have people be able to come and spend time? And that's what it's all about. So on behalf of Bunkie Life and Charlotte and the whole crew, David Supa, everybody, like we're just super grateful to have these clients, and send us the photos of all the results and all those good things too.
Will do.
Okay, will do.
Thank you, David.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
for your
So
time.
fun
I
to
really
chat with
appreciate it.
you.
All right. Thanks.
Okay, have a great day.
Bye.
Okay,
You
bye
too.
for now. All right, so that was a quick little, I guess a trip down memory lane there with some of our clients. And so people are asking in the comments, when does the summer sale start? I forget, it was a while back. Okay, so the summer sale, I guess, officially starts when the contest closes, but if you want to sneak in there, we're doing a little early bird thing. So this is the summer sale. It's the hottest sale of the year. It goes until September 9th. And if you want to take advantage of it, just shoot me an email, david@bunkielife.com, with the subject line sale. And I announced this like a night or two ago, and our inbox went whoosh. We were up till really late on Monday night replying to everybody. So we're replying to everybody as quickly as we can. And if it is something you're thinking about pulling the trigger on, I recommend at least getting the ball rolling before the contest closes, because everybody waits to see, did I win? Did I win? And then when they don't win, then they start kind of thinking about it. So this time around, we've added a little extra perk. I can't say exactly what it is, but if you email me, I'll tell you. And it's worth $150 extra in addition to the epic sale that's happening through the end of summer sale. Okay, so that's all the pumping up of that I will do. Well, maybe I'll mention it at the end, but end of summer sale. It starts now-ish. Email me, David@BunkieLife, with the subject line sale. Now, it is with great excitement I welcome my very first guest. This is our client, Helmi. And I hope I'm saying his name right, but yeah, let's welcome Helmi to the show. How are you doing, sir?
I am grand. The E is silent, by the way, but you wouldn't be the first person in my life to call me Helmi.
Hold on, I gotta make sure that I can hear you. Okay, everyone else can hear. Can you say that again, Helmi?
Oh, I just said the E is silent.
Oh,
okay,
sorry.
thanks.
Helmi.
But you're not the first person in the world to pronounce it that way.
Okay, good.
So
I'm glad we got that straight. Okay, good. Awesome. Well, okay, so you're tuning in from Atlanta, Georgia.
Correct.
And if you could, tell us a little bit about how you heard about this crazy Canadian company all the way down in Atlanta. Let's maybe start there.
Stumbling around on the internet, looking at kits and small structures. My daughter and I have a piece of property in South Carolina that's become summer camp for adults. I don't want a house, but we got places to sleep and a hot shower and a kitchen, and metal sculptors from Atlanta have put some amazing work up there. And I saw a Bunkie, and I started asking questions, and I don't know, I got an email, I'm spacing on the name right now, October or something, from somebody, and it's just like, you want to do it now, we can get it to you.
Wow.
So I said yes, and it arrived. Just stunning, David, working with y'all.
Okay, tell me in a good way or a bad way? Hopefully a good way.
In all the best ways. As I've been self-employed pretty much my whole life, and so had my own businesses and dealing with innumerable businesses, and it's really unique, a company that is as knowledgeable, professional, and committed to excellence, not just talking about it, but delivering it, right from interacting with everybody we interacted with. even delivering the dang thing. That was supposed to happen at noon on Wednesday, and then the truck showed up at 12:06, which is just phenomenal.
Okay, asterisk. That doesn't always happen. That was maybe a fluke, Helm.
Hey,
but
it was my fluke. You asked. I'm saying.
Okay, cool.
I'm not making promises for you.
Okay, cool.
I'm just saying and then the kit, I had 5 friends show up and we assembled it over a weekend. It was like a barn racing. So it was an exquisite experience, communal experience.
How did you decide who your friends were going to be that were going to come build it? Was your daughter part of it as well, or?
She actually was not there. No. I built houses and I built things my whole life, and it was a group of people similar to me. I think most of them had asked because I'd been yammering about how excited I was to get a bunkie. And so people were like, tell us when, we'll be there.
That's cool. And so you mentioned that you build houses like you've been a professional. Why go with a kit? Why not just build it yourself from scratch? I know that's probably an option for someone that's, with your skill set.
Well, and during the pandemic, I built several of the structures in my studio here in Atlanta, and then disassembled them and took them up there and reassembled them. And looking at my time, which when I'm building something for myself doesn't have a dollar value, of course, but putting a dollar value on it's like bargain to get a kit, especially one that included everything we needed. It wasn't short any parts. The quality of all the parts we got was perfect. So we were able, 5 people were able to land on Friday afternoon, and we had to move the stuff a couple hundred feet from where the pallet dropped and, move the stuff and start putting it together. And we had everything we needed to have it dried in by Sunday night. And wow, tip of the hat, beautifully done.
Well, I mean, you guys did all the work. We just sent you something, but I appreciate that.
You just sent me something that was like a Lincoln log set, which I played with when I was a kid. It did exactly. I'm not sure. I'm 73. I'm not sure that I would say 2 70-year-olds could legitimately assemble a Rockwood 160 in 2 days, but it goes together really quick.
That's awesome. And so I guess if someone was thinking about, they're kind of on the fence and they're like, oh, should I do this or should I not? What would you kind of communicate to them? What did you wish you knew prior to actually going through the whole process?
Wow. Buy the damn thing. Throw yourself into it. It's like, and for me, I guess part of it is they're like waiting for the perfect time. You know what I mean? It's right. And it's a project. You gotta prep. You gotta do pre-prep before you get it. Then once you get it there, you gotta get the roof on, do all the things. But it's like, I don't know. For me, what am I waiting for?
Yeah.
Let's dive on it.
Okay. Well, Helm, I super appreciate all the glowing words. I just want to be super clear. The $50 checks in the mail. No, just kidding. But yeah, right. I want to say, I do want to ask though, what could we have done better? Because I don't want us to be all sunshine and rainbows. I want, give us the dirty side of it. Give us the good, the bad, and the ugly. What was there anything janky with the process, or anything that wasn't epic, or what could we have done better?
I would love to disappoint, or I hate to disappoint you, but that one of the amazing things was there is nothing. There was a couple of blurry areas in the instructions, and I called and talked to one of your tech people who was very receptive and listened. Wasn't a big problem, but it was just like, this could be clearer. And yeah. He heard. I felt heard. He heard me.
Yeah, we often will make updates to the manuals as we're talking to people in real time, because if it's unclear to one person, it's going to be unclear to other people. So that's why you probably notice we don't print out the manuals and throw it in the kit, because we want you to get the most updated version on your phone. Okay, yep, that's good feedback.
So I got no ugly for you though.
Okay.
I mean, it was, and part of it, and I talk about it a lot to my friends and around, and it's one of the exceptional things to deal with a company that actually went way beyond what I would have expected. So all I can say is beautifully done. Perfect kit.
Would you be open to, no pressure, but would you be open to maybe sticking around? I guess one more, 2 questions. One, which kit did you build? Was the Rockwood 199?
160. I started with the 199, and then I I specifically don't want a house up there, and I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, had to cancel the order, and changed it to a 160 because like you just need a bedroom now. That's all you need.
Cool. So you're basically the owner of the one that everyone is currently trying to win right now.
Correct.
Okay, cool. And then,
I do a second one in a heartbeat.
so in light of that, would you be cool with sticking around maybe towards the end of this live stream? If people have questions for you, would you open to that?
Sure.
Okay, sure. Amazing. Thank you so much, Helm. It was just a pleasure chatting, and we'll get you back on at the end. I'm gonna go to our second guest. Thank you so much. Our second guest is Angela and Peter from Morinville, Alberta. I think they are still there. Oh, they might have. Yeah, Angela, how's it going, Peter?
Hey, how's it going?
You guys are outside. I like because you're West Coast, so it's still sunshine. Or towards the west.
Yeah,
right?
it's 6:25.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Well,
It's back some more.
give us a little bit. Okay, so obviously Helm was like super positive. Give us all the dirty. No, I'm just kidding. Tell us a little bit about what you did, how you found out about Bunkie Life, and why you decided to ultimately build a bunkie.
We found Bunkie Life April of 2025. In the fall of 24, we bought our little piece of land, and of course, you want to go full force, jump in with both feet to do something. And we decided, let's just spend a year, be out there, see what the place is like before we actually build anything. But when we were all gung-ho, we found Bunkie Life, just Googling little cabins, bunkhouses, and that's how we found the company. And then this past January, with our daughter getting married out at our property, we realized we needed more than just our trailer for people. So that's when we went, okay, we got to do this now. And we jumped in full force. It was, let's go to Bunkie Life. Let's not even look elsewhere.
And what was the experience like when you kind of reached out to us? Did we get back to you fast? Like, what was kind of that, the reach out to conversation kind of like?
We got in, started everything with the winter contest.
Okay.
So we were on all of the different live feeds, and I ordered our bunkie before the contest finished. I took the advice, don't wait till the contest is over.
Yes, thank you.
Don't bank on you're going to win. We had kind of a tight timeline. We knew the wedding is July 24th. We got to get this. We got to get it built. We got to get going. So I actually ordered before the contest finished. I got in on the sale.
That's a high IQ move. All I can say is that's a high IQ move. Fantastic. Awesome.
Yeah, so we did that. And what was kind of funny is when we started the research back in 25, we were getting the Ultra Haven. And then I was in the process of ordering. I was like, okay, I'm going to hit send on this. And then I saw the spruce wood and realized it was just a little bit bigger, just a little bit more money. And we went with the spruce wood. And yeah, it's great. We love it. We're at the point where we have only one thing left to do on it, which is to do the stain. And that is Friday. We're
Friday.
heading
Nice.
back this weekend. This weekend is staining weekend. And then we're done with everything for the season, I hope.
And how did the wedding take place already?
Yes, yeah, it was July 24th. So
awesome.
we had everything ready to go. Our build, Evan came out to do the video of our build. Ours is the snow in Alberta.
Yes, that was a great
That
one.
was us.
Yes, that was a great, because it was like you experienced all 4 Canadian seasons in the course of that 2 or 3 days, right?
That 4-day weekend. We started on the Friday, we finished on the Monday, and yeah, we started day 1 with snow, where we had to Zamboni our platform. Second day we had some rain, then we had sunshine, and by Monday it's not winter anymore. The only complications we had were because our delivery was the week before. We had unpacked the pallets, we organized everything. We now had to find labels under snow, which was part of the problem. But because of all that extra moisture in the air, some of our boards had swelled. So a lot of our stuff was a really, really tight fit, or even warped a bit. But when we put the stuff together and you screw it down, everything sort of went back into place, and you give it a little push and it fits into all the tongue and grooves, and it fit perfectly.
And I noticed from the video, it was like you and the family kind of putting them together, right?
Yes, we had
a bunch of different people helping us, different people each day, if you look closely.
We had my parents and friends of ours that were constant for the whole weekend, but then we had 2 different people this day and 2 different people the next day, and yeah.
And did you actually get it done, the Sprucewood, in a weekend?
In 4 days. We took a 4-day
yes.
weekend.
Okay, good.
Started, well, and we, because of the weather, we had shorter days. You know, we would start at, I think the first day we went from 10 until 4, and then the second day was 9 until 4. And we quit earlier then. We probably would have had the weather been better. But even at that, 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock Monday evening, we locked the door and came home.
That's awesome. That's so great. And what about the experience would you comment on or was remarkable? Like, what was about any comments that you had or that your friends or family had about kind of the building experience or the product itself or any of that?
Just how quickly it came together. We had a lot of visitors, everybody in our little community. We had a lot of people coming by over the course of the weekend to check it out, and everybody was amazed at how fast it all came together and how easy it was. I loved the instructions when I got the package and I printed it out in color, and I said, yeah, this is just like the Lego instructions. You've done this, so it's in gray. Your next step is in color, and I loved how that was. And you flip the pages and you make the progress. And yeah, it was really easy. It was almost foolproof.
Okay.
Almost.
Tell us more about that. What about the process was had friction or was unclear? Like, was there anything that we could have done better?
Well, we had issues with the blocking between the beams for the roof.
Oh, there's so much
on the
blocking.
inside.
Yeah.
Somebody mismeasured something. We won't say who. So we cut one a little short, and we didn't have a wood stretcher, so we had to scramble to get a piece of blocking to put in over.
Yeah.
But other than that, everything went
And our
went good.
the laminated beams that went across the roof on the inside, those were about 1/8 of an inch too big.
Okay.
No matter how much swinging with the sledgehammer we did, we could not make them fit. So we actually had to notch out a little bit, but then they went in. They were fine.
Okay. I guess, if you had to summarize the whole experience with like a couple words or a short sentence, how do you summarize kind of the beginning, middle, and end of your Bunkie Life build experience?
I'd say it was a kind of a fun, enjoyable experience. It wasn't a 6-month, tedious project. It was literally 4 really busy days, and we had something that we could use at the end of that. And I think, it was a lot of fun kind of getting together with people and putting everything together. And
yeah, and then seeing the progress at the end of each day. The second day, I felt really defeated because the first day you really see the progress because walls are going up, windows are in, the door is in. It's like, wow, look at how great this is. And then with all of the laminating of the different beams that day 2 had, it was a lot of work, but it didn't look like we had a lot of progress. It was rather defeating. So my advice to people is just keep going. The next day, you'll see a lot of progress. Yeah, there's some really difficult sections to get through and time consuming, but then it all comes together and yeah.
Day 3 is pretty quick too.
Day 3 was pretty
You see
quick.
lots of progress. For us, anyways.
Get the nailer for your floor.
Good advice. Yes. I agree.
That's my key. Yes. Get the good heavy duty nailer for your floor. Don't do that with a hammer.
Yeah, you can do it. It just takes twice as long or probably 4 times as long, really.
Yeah. And I think that was part of it. We didn't get our metal roof put on build weekend, and actually it took us 2 additional weekends because we've had nothing but rain, it feels like, all summer. So we'd get 1 day of work and then the next day it would rain. So it took us 2 additional weekends to do the roof. Had we had the nailer for the floor, we probably could have got the roof done in the build weekend. So each of those tools, extra tools that make things easier, make things faster, and you can get the extra work done probably.
Amazing. Well, I super appreciate you guys taking the time to zoom in with us. If people have questions for you from the live stream, are you open to chatting with the random chatters on the live stream? If you remember doing this. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, and I have the same advice. Just pull the trigger, order it.
Okay,
Don't wait.
cool.
It's the thing to do.
Was there anything that almost stopped you from kind of jumping jumping in, I guess?
No.
No?
No, well, I did do some research. I like a lot of people say, oh, I could build it myself for less. And I started to do some math on some other little structures that I found blueprints for or something like that. And it was going to be a little bit less expensive, but then we would have probably spent the whole summer working on it because of the mistakes we made. It probably would have cost us more because of the mistakes we made and parts you have to replace.
Well, and we like the fact that we'd get the engineered drawings
Yes.
and the snow load rating and stuff like that. So that was important.
Because the size of the spruce wood, we did need to get the permits.
Oh, good,
And
yeah.
we got the engineered drawings, we sent them off to the county. They approved it almost immediately because the drawings were perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, usually that will dissuade most building departments if you have the engineer drawing, so that's good to know. Okay, great. Well, I'll call you guys back. I'm going to do a quick little kind of like very much a process, like explaining how it works, and then we're going to have 2 more guests, and then I'll do a big Q&A with everybody. And people are asking good questions here, like, but I don't want to go into it yet because we'll get sidetracked and I'll get chatty. So, Angela, Peter, I super appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys again in about maybe 10 or 15 minutes, if that's cool.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it so much. Okay, awesome. So let's do a quick little kind of recap of like what it looks like to be a Bunkie Lifer and the kind of just very quick nitty gritty step-by-step process. So everyone can see my screen okay here? So the reason Bunkie Life, why do we even exist, right? Because there's lots and lots of companies out there doing stuff. Why do we do what we do, right? So let's go into it. So the reason we exist is to build, or help families, I guess, build extra space for meaningful connection. So it's not just about the space itself. It's about the experience of building it together with friends and family and being able to step back like Angela and Peter were talking about and look at like, wow, we did that in 3 or 4 days, right? And so that's why all the decisions we make around the product we make is about how can we make this as simple as possible for the average family to put this together, in a couple days. And so we got amazing little videos like this sent in by our clients, and it's really, really cool to see the myriad of ways they're using our product to make their lives better. Basically, at the end of the day, is what it's all about. So Bunkie Life exists to help families create extra space for meaningful connection, and we want to make the entire experience from ordering to delivery as fun and stress-free as possible. Now, my story begins in actually 2015, where we built our very first bunkie right here, and I got the bug myself and realized, man, this can help a lot of other families. So in 6 easy steps, you too can become a Bunkie Lifer. Let's go into what those 6 easy steps are. Actually, I'll go through the whole overview. So you're going to place your order, you're going to secure your slot, you're going to join the community, we're going to start producing your bunkie, you're going to start planning, we're going to schedule delivery, then you're going to build in hopefully 1 to 3 days, and then you're going to experience what Helm was talking about. Okay, so let me just get my fat face out of the way here. Hold on, too big. I'll go up there. Okay, cool. So let's go into the nitty gritty. So step 1 to get started, if you're serious about getting a bunkie, is just shoot me an email with the subject line, I'm in. Or you could say sale if you want to get information, but if you're like ready to go, I'm in is the correct subject line, and we'll take it from there. We'll answer any last minute questions you may have. We can do it over the phone, over email if you're like an email person, or even a video call. And if you're close enough, like I said earlier, you're always welcome to come and see us in person in Rockwood. To get that whole process started, we issue an official invoice, which looks something like this. Basically, we just need your home address, mailing address, best phone number to use while we're corresponding, and which bunkie or bunkies you need. From there, you're going to check it over, make sure it's correct. We have a digital version of this, not just a paper version. From there, we're good to go. Step 2, we're going to ask for a deposit. So that's how your production slot is secured, is when you put down your deposit. An invoice is good, but a deposit is when we actually are making you your bunkie and holding your slot in the queue. We have tons of payment options. Interact money transfer, very popular in Canada. Zelle is pretty popular in the USA. ACH is really great in both countries. You can do money wires. You can pay in Bitcoin. We'll take checks if you really have to, but we don't really love checks. We also accept all major credit cards, but there is a fee sometimes with the credit cards. So most people are doing Zelle or e-transfer. Just gonna throw that out there. Alternatively, you can finance your Bunkie, right? You don't have to, you can break it into small monthly payments. If you go to bunkielife.com/financing, there's information about that. And that makes sense for some people if, let's say, you're gonna rent your Bunkie out and you're gonna make a ton of money. It can make a lot of sense to do that. And then step 3, of course, is you're gonna instantly be invited to our Bunkie Lifer community. And I'll explain what that is. So it's a private group of over 2,300 members across North America, and helpful information, amazing ideas, support, and resources from people who've actually been there. People like Helm, people like Angela and Peter. They've been there, they've done that, they wrote the book about it, and you can connect with people from all over North America. It's a great resource. If you have questions about stoves, you got questions about heaters, you got questions about snow, if you got questions about guys in shorts, all those questions are going to be answered on this amazing page. If you just go in the chat and type in like fireplace, there'll be many different posts and tons of comments. It's a very active group. And so that's an option there. If you want to, if you're a Facebook person and you want to join that community, it's an excellent additional resource, one of the extra perks of being a Bunkie Lifer. And then of course, from there, we actually start making your Bunkie. So production begins, the planning of, all the logistics to getting it to you starts then as well. So we create your Bunkie kit. You receive instantly the build videos. This is before you even get it. You get the build videos, the instruction manuals, the foundation plans, the spec sheets. If you need the engineer drawings, we can arrange that too, so that you can kind of be really prepared for when the Bunkie actually comes. And we'll arrange with you on your delivery details. And that's one thing we've gotten pretty good this last couple of years. We can get Bunkies to really remote areas in the sticks of USA and Canada. We can get them to very remote areas now. So delivery day is the fun day. We can arrange delivery with offloading right to your property as one option. Or you could pick up at our factory in Rockwood. Or we have many depots spread across North America. We can ship to the depot and you can pick up there or arrange delivery from a depot. So we have group delivery or private delivery available in a lot of different areas. So email us if you want specifics and if you want a quote on how much it's going to cost to get to your area. But we can get to a lot of places in North America for much less than you might think. So try us. And then of course, step 6, the fun part, the part everyone loves, is building your Bunkie. And this is a fun little video client sent in a while ago. It was a build on an island. So that was day 1, now it's day 2. So not bad for a couple Canucks up on an island. All right, so that's the fun part. You're gonna gather your friends, your family, build team, or get your favorite contractor and build. Most clients report 1 to 3 days of Bunkie build bonding to complete their Bunkie. If you need support, you got phone support 6 days a week. That's every day except Sunday. We're happy to answer you. That's what we do. So once again, you place your order. You secure your production slot by actually putting down some cash, and then you join the Bunkie Lifer community. We start planning your bunkie and making your bunkie and planning the delivery. We deliver it, and then you build it and you unplug, and you're there. You create your own space to unite, unwind, and unplug. So our reason to exist is we want to help families create extra space for meaningful connection.
Why are you building?
Sorry, and we want to make the experience from ordering to delivery as fun and stress-free as possible. People like Peter, who I mentioned on Monday, I want to kind of finish his story.
A cabin on a mountain.
2 years ago, my daughter got married, and she was having a hard time finding housing. Young people these days don't have a lot of choices, so we decided we'd give her our house. She liked it. She grew up there. So after we gave her our house, we decided to move to Maine because we could move anywhere we wanted to. So we moved up here next to Acadian National Park, and I started missing the cabin that we used to have. When we moved to Maine, we sold that cabin. So I've been thinking about getting a cabin, and then one day I saw an ad on the internet, mountaintop for sale. I thought, that can't be true. A mountaintop for sale? 10 acres on a mountaintop for sale. So I went and looked at it. My wife and I looked at it last year. It had been on the market for quite some time, and I didn't know why nobody had snapped it up, because it's a beautiful spot, a beautiful view, and what a great place to build a cabin. So then we started looking to do a cabin, and we found Bunkie Life as we compared other models, but Bunkie Life was the one that seemed really easy to build, and I'm not a construction guy or a contractor, so I said, this is something I can do myself with limited carpentry skills. It's just like putting together Lincoln logs or Lego, and I found that it's very easy. I've already done this cabin by myself. Yeah, looking forward to the end when I have the whole thing done and I can just sit here and look at the view.
All right, so that's it. You've built, you've accomplished, you've done, and a feeling of complete accomplishment. I can personally attest to that myself, having done it myself many times. Your own place, unite, unwind, and unplug. But wait, there's more. So when you choose Bunkie Life, you're choosing to work with a made in North America product from a small family business. Your choice has an incredibly positive ripple effect on our team members and their families, hundreds of suppliers and their families all over the USA and Canada. And for every bunkie we sell, we donate a night's stay at a Ronald McDonald House charity in their goal of keeping families close. So I want to thank you for considering Bunkie Life. We get excited about the chance and the possibility of helping you and your family create extra space for meaningful connection. And so to get started, you can email me, info@bunkielife.com, the subject line I'm in, or if you use the subject line sale, I'll give you some details about that early bird sale coming up. Now, a good question you might have is, what if I change my mind? It's a fair question. So I want to share our pretty reasonable return policy. If life happens and you need to back out, you can get a full refund as soon as we sell your bunkie to someone else, which usually happens in 1 to 3 weeks in almost every case. So an example is Carolyn A. from Wisconsin, who had an issue with her local mafia. I wanted to share this little soundbite. So when you asked for a refund, what happened exactly? Yeah.
Yeah. It went very well. I mean, I got an email, and I just sent my checking account number and routing number, and then it came immediately. So, okay. No problems. I mean, we still shake our head at the whole process of what these dorks in this little town. They put us through a lot. You folks were wonderful.
Okay, that's good to know. Was there anything about the return experience or the refund experience that we could have improved on?
No, not at all. I mean, we read over the contract, so we knew, what the process was, that the bunkie had to be resold. So we knew there would be a waiting period. And as far as how everything went, you folks were out of this world, wonderful to work with, very understanding. I lost sleep and was practically in tears. I don't know how many times over the whole ordeal. And I see all the beautiful bunkies going up on Facebook on the different groups that I follow. And it's just like, I'll forever be sorry we couldn't do it. But the experience with you guys was wonderful. The fact that we had to, abort the whole issue was heartbreaking, but it is
good.
what it is.
That's really good to hear, because I just want to, I think we didn't have a whole ton of people. It was like a pretty small handful of people that needed to kind of change gears last year. I just wanted to make sure we were still treating them good. And would it be okay if I quoted a couple of things you said there, just because I would assume it's something people think about and they go, oh, well, am I really, do I want to give money to these crazy people in Canada? You know what I mean? Like, I'm actually going to get it back if I need to, you know what I'm saying?
We were not a bit worried about that aspect at all. And the whole process was a wonderful experience for us. And we just wish, like anything, we could have seen it through, because we were super excited. So I've got nothing but good to say there, as far as from beginning to end and having to go through the refund. I hated to do it. I hated to do it, but
Yeah.
It had to be done. So
Very fair. Okay, well, Carolyn, I wish you all the best. I'll let you get to your family, and we'll and I guess, is it okay if I kind of take a few of the things you said just as like a closing?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Sure, absolutely. And enjoy your new little one, and I look forward to seeing pictures on Facebook.
Okay, I'll keep posting them. Thanks, Carolyn. All right, so that's what it's all about, guys. There's kind of a pretty zero risk situation. If you got to back out, it happens. We always sell your bunkie to somebody else pretty quick. We're going to interview a couple more of our clients, and then we're going to take Q&A, because there's a lot of great questions there in the chat. So let's do that right now. So this is not our person. So okay, our next guest is Rex, all the way from Minnesota. So hopefully Rex is still there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Can
awesome.
you hear us?
Yes. Hold on, I got to assign you to a placeholder. Let me try to do this by doing. Hold on, which guest is this? There we go. Okay, can you guys hear? Oh, you're in your bunkie. Are you in your bunkie right now?
We are in our bunkie.
Yes. Okay, awesome. Tell us all about it.
Well, we're here in Minnesota, and we're in a subdivision, and we had a nice patio, and we had been using one of the fabric gazebos with the rattan furniture and such, and it got to where everything was sun rotten. I'd have to clean everything before I'd go use it. So we ripped it all down and went looking for an alternative. I was going to build a big gazebo with some heavy duty curtains on it, or screen curtains on it. And she wanted to go, Beth, this is my wife, Beth.
Hey, Beth.
She wanted to do something that we might be able to get a little more use out of it through maybe 3 seasons. So she found Bunkie online.
How'd you find us, Beth?
Facebook ad, actually.
Okay, cool.
You know how Facebook is listening to everything you do.
I do.
So
yeah. I'm getting a lot of parenting books right now. That's kind of where I'm at. How to get your kids to actually listen to you.
And so I said, we had a nice sized patio out here, wanted to structure out. And so we don't have a place in the woods. Our bunkie's 13 feet from the back door of our house.
No way. That's great.
Right. And so we use it just to come down, hang out, disconnect, no laundry, no vacuum, no cooking. We pretty much leave the technology in the house, bring a book down, put on some music, and just enjoy it. And friends will come down, we'll have a cocktail down here, and we're using it a lot this summer.
And
it's been very.
Is that a pull-up couch? What do you got? You guys are on a couch right now, it looks like.
Yeah, just a couch.
It's a regular couch.
Yeah,
cool.
we moved family room furniture here. I got a bunkie, she got new furniture. So yeah, no, it's the leather furniture from the old family room that's sitting down here. So the one thing we did with our bunkie was we added windows to the solid end wall. We've got a Hideaway 159.
Yep.
And we put 3 windows on that bare wall.
On the back wall.
Side
Show
wall.
us. Oh, cool. Oh, wow. Holy smokes. So that's a wall that normally comes with 1 window, right? And then you added 2 more.
Yeah, well, no, it's the opposite. We've still got the one window on the other side.
You added 3 additional windows. That is awesome.
Oops, there. Oops, sorry. There, that's our house.
That's cool.
And then there's the Joe, or am I getting around far enough? Or did I pass it? Sorry.
Yeah, we briefly saw the 3 windows. Yep.
Oh, well.
Yeah, so we were, you know, if we're going to be in the backyard, we wanted to be able to see around it. And so when we got ready to order, talked to the sales guy, he talked to the engineers, we talked, and he said, yeah, they'll fit. And so we did it, and we had to do a little bit of support with some vertical slip supports and then a beam across it, and it's solid as a rock. So yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 7 windows in it.
That's awesome. It's a very sunny room then.
Yeah, it's really neat, and so we've enjoyed it very much.
That's awesome. And what was the build process like? Do you guys build it yourselves, or did someone else put it together for you? Or?
We built it. We ordered it last year at the sale, and scheduled it out for a July delivery because we had some things going on. Built the platform, like everybody has said, it arrived on time, packaged up, nice, tight. We did have one broken window.
Oh no.
Packaging. We took, I mean, you guys took care of it. I called and said, got it. And they said, go get one. And we did. So everything worked out really well. And then a buddy and I put it together. We weren't as quick as a weekend, but we got the majority of it up in a week. Got some neighbors to help us put the beams in place. And then my metal roofing didn't come in on time. So buttoned it up with some ice and water shield, went on a month vacation and came back and put the metal on it and finished it up. So it was easy. It like everybody said, it goes together like Lincoln logs, and the instructions were very clear. And if we had any question on anything, I think I made 2 phone calls.
Okay.
And the answers, you know, return answers came right away and very clear and very clean. So it's been real good.
And are you guys in the north part of Minnesota, or where in Minnesota are you?
We are just south of the Twin Cities.
Okay, so you're like technically a little farther north than even where we are here in Canada, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how did it work this? I know you're aiming at 3 seasons, right? How was it usable at certain, like when did you kind of go, it's too cold in the bunkie? Like when did that come?
Well, I got a ventless propane cabinet heater.
Yep.
And yeah, we do have to crack a window, you know, so that we don't burn up all the oxygen, but it works. I've been able to, if we've had a sunny day, I've been able to get it to 70 degrees when it's 26 degrees outside.
Oh wow. Okay, good. Yeah, that was
a little bit to warm it up, but we can come down and enjoy it. Come down and watch the snow. Yeah, so it's working for us. We can probably get 10 out of the 12 months.
Yeah, that makes sense. Did you insulate the roof and the floor at all?
I insulated both.
Okay.
We built the platform. I put 1/2-inch hardware mesh under it to keep the critters out. 2-inch dense insulation board. We put a subfloor down. Then I used your framing work for the floor or the sleepers and everything. Then I went ahead and put some more white styrofoam insulation there before I put the floor down. So it's got about an R14 on the floor, and I used 1.5 on the roof. So it's like an R7 or 8 up there.
Yeah.
And it does real nice.
That's brilliant. Awesome. Is there anything about the experience that we could have improved on, or you mentioned the window thing? Was it a broken window or broken window like piece of the window?
The broken glass.
Broken glass.
Broken glass. And so they just said, go to your glass guy, and I have one. So we ordered the glass and sent the bill, and they paid it. Piece of cake.
Cool. Is there anything else that was a little bit janky or weird or unsmooth?
Not really. We had a board that was twisted, but you send the extras, and so just cut the replacement and slid it in, and it was fine. it was a short board, so we couldn't torque it into place. So.
Right. That's the trick. Yeah. I've got it. Yeah. Cool.
But it all worked out. It was, like I said, as you've advertised, they go together very well. I couldn't be happier with how it went. It's really been a nice project. Like I said, in your ad, you said something you'd look back and kind of proud of what you accomplished. This has turned out really nice.
And Beth, when you were kind of doing your creeping around the internet on us and stuff, was there anything that made you go, ooh, I don't know, and like was there anything that kind of, I guess, almost stopped you from going ahead?
No. The only thing is that he had designed like several, or started to design several things, and the only thing I thought is maybe he wanted to personalize it in some way, and rather than a kit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that the personalization has come in the interior for us. So yeah, we're very comfortable here. We use it more than I knew.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
When I was looking at designing it and matching what this would cost, again, it's a little bit more expensive, but the time savings was well worth having everything pre-cut, pre-engineered. All the parts are there.
Yeah, foolproof.
It was. I'm glad we did it instead of me building it.
Awesome. Okay, well, Beth and Rex, I super appreciate you guys taking the time to share your experience. And you built the Highway 159, which is similar in size to the Rockwood, but different kind of look to it. It's a little more cabiny and a little less modern looking. And I'm curious, would you guys be open to sticking around maybe in about 5 minutes or so and just answering a few questions? I noticed there's a few people asking here in the thing, and I want to make sure we don't miss anybody, but I have one more guest to get to. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Okay, really appreciate it. All right, our final guest, I know her well. I've chatted with her many times. I would like to introduce the lovely Kate, if she's still here. Hold on, I'm trying to find everybody. Oh wait, is this? Oh, I think I might have lost Kate. All right, well then we might just have 3 guests, unless Steve's iPhone, if that's actually Kate. Not sure. Okay, well, Kate was a fantastic. She is a fantastic client of ours, and the reason I know her very well is we do these Ask Me Anythings, and we'll often have guests. So it's like a Zoom call basically every couple weeks, and so Kate and her friend were like here. Like every 2 weeks religiously for about a month or two, and getting all their questions answered and stuff. And it was good to connect with her. And I've heard the project is finished, but I know she has photos. So hopefully we'll get Kate at some point to jump in. But without further ado, I thought we could do a more of a round table situation here. So I'm gonna invite. Hold on, this might be disaster. So this is live, people. This is a live thing. I'm gonna get Beth back in there and Rex. I'm gonna see if I can get Helm back as well. Okay. So we got the Albertans and the Atlantinians, and I'm just gonna throw questions your way from the chat if that's okay, guys. So we got. Okay, so there are questions. If I could theme the questions, I guess. There was questions about, I think it was for sure about caulking your bunkies. So I'm curious if the 2 groups of people here, if you guys caulked the edges of your bunkies, and then there's questions, a few other ones, but let's start there. What did you guys do in Alberta there, and what did you do in Atlanta? I'm curious.
Well, I was lucky. There's 2 places in Canada that sell Energy Seal. One of them is in Spruce Grove, Alberta, which is a 15-minute drive from where I work.
Okay, cool.
So I was able to go to the store in Spruce Grove. I brought my stain sample and said, what color do I want? And he connected me with it. I needed an extra 2 tubes, so I just, on a lunch break, went back and got more. It was a gunky process, but I did it. Pete was on call, so he wasn't out at the lake that weekend. I did it myself on a Saturday with a girlfriend. And we got it all done. I used about 11 and a half tubes. I got an extra 2 just in case, because when I finished up that day and I sat down to eat supper and I looked up and I went, shoot, I missed one.
Yep.
And I just did not have the energy to get back on the ladder to finish it. So I did that the week later. The beautiful part about it is the nice golden color the wood has faded to is exactly the same color as the energy seal I picked, which is the same color as the stain that we picked.
And it's stainable.
And it's stainable. It's flexible. It's stainable. Like I said, it was gunky. I'm not a professional at that. I'm a bus driver. I don't do that kind of stuff. But yeah, I was able to get it done in a day. Scaffold, ladders, all of that stuff helps. But yeah, we did the energy seal. I did that. Trying to think if that was done before the roof was finished. The metal roof was on. But yeah, we did do that. And I did everything, all of the required and the recommended.
Okay, awesome. So what Angela's referring to is that we often will recommend, well, obviously stain the bunkie. For sure, you got to stain the bunkie. But we also recommend there's this product called Energy Seal that you put in the corners. So try to put in the corners of the bunkie where the dovetails come together. And that's nice to seal that, because that's where, if you have an open area, like, I don't know if your bunkie's in the woods, it's on your property, right? So if it's an open area where you're going to get driving rain into the corner, it's sometimes really nice to have that extra seal. And I wonder, Beth and Helm, what did you folks do? I guess I'm super curious.
We did the same. We caulked the required and the suggested, and then stained.
And you as well, Helm? Okay, cool. Well, for some reason I'm not getting your audio. That might be me. Hopefully it's not me.
There. Is that better?
There we go. Yeah, we can hear you now. Perfect.
I permachinked.
Permachink, cool. Yep. Yeah, so that's a product. And we actually, I think we sell Permachink now, and we can ship it to people, but in America you can buy it from Log Home Stain or Canadian Log Home Supply, or directly from Permachink if you're in the US though. So, okay, great. So that was another question. This is probably a question maybe more for our Albertans that are Minnesotians, but would it stay warm enough in the winter with a wood fireplace in the Northeast USA? That's a subjective. Warm enough. What does that mean?
We haven't hit there. We got a space heater in there right now just to take the chill off, because we're hit that time of year where the evenings get chilly. My insurance provider did specifically ask me if there was going to be a wood stove, because I think they didn't want to insure me if I had a wood stove.
They don't love wood stoves.
So, yeah, right now it's a space heater. We have thrown around the idea of doing a mini split eventually.
Do you guys have power
Yeah.
You have electricity at that place?
Yeah, we got power in like a week before the wedding. It was a rush to get the bunkie built and get the deck put in for it and the stairs and everything, because our bunkie is up a little bit of a hill from the main part of our land, and put the power in. But yeah, so we do have power now, but we didn't when we started the project.
Awesome. Okay, this is actually Leah Lackey. You rock, by the way. You've been summarizing the comments and questions. So we got to caulk, but another question was cost for deposit. So I can answer this one. We asked for a deposit of 65% of the bunkie cost, like pre-tax, before we start making it for you, and then the remainder we ask for like a week or so before the bunkie ships out. So that's kind of the deposit and final payment chunks. Cost for shipping. It depends on where you are. So as long as you're like accessible by a truck, we can get to a lot of places for a lot less than you might think. But best bet is email us with your actual location where it's going, and we can give you like an exact quote, and that'll be good for usually 10 days. So that would be my suggestion on that. Building in the rain. Did anyone? Well, yeah. Angela and Pete were like building in the snow and rain. Tell us about that.
Well, we did everything.
And it's
not fun.
Yeah.
But we did it.
It was interesting. We had to clear off the snow off the pieces in order to read the labels, and the labels stuck on pretty good actually.
Yeah.
There's a couple came off, I think, but we had already organized them kind of by type. So we put all the B10s and the whatever in one pile. So we had a rough idea, but yeah, just a thin layer of snow over top of everything was interesting.
Early on we discovered tuck tape doesn't stick to wet.
So yeah, we were insulating. We were putting down the 1.5 insulation between the floor sleepers, and yeah, it was messy. We had to kind of constantly dry it,
We had
and
towels trying to dry off the sleepers so
Dry
we
it and
could
tape it.
tape down. And yeah, tuck tape doesn't stick to wet.
and once we got to the roof part, we kind of shied away from doing that when it was raining. But the rest of it, we did it.
We were committed because Evan from Bunkie Life was coming out to do our video. We were committed. We had to do it that weekend. We had no choice. He had his flights booked and everything, and he was coming out. But I'm glad we did it because we've had rain half of every weekend the entire summer because we were forced to do it that weekend to go finish that weekend. So I'm glad we did it, and it makes it that much more fun. And there's the memories of building in the snow, and you can say to anybody, can you build in the snow? Yes, you can build in the snow.
And they're immortalized forever on our YouTube channel now too, which is cool.
Yes.
Okay, someone was asking about foundation. Okay, this is just like a general question. I'm sure everyone has how hard was it to prepare / lay the foundation? Did you do the floor insulation prior to actually installing the bunkie? If you did floor insulation.
We did, we used 2x8s to build the foundation. Put down the 2-inch dense poly insulation between the studs or the joists, and then we put a subfloor on before we started our build.
Okay.
And then we on top of the subfloor.
So you use the Bunkie Life tongue and groove floor as your final floor, but
Yes.
there's
There's a subfloor on here, yeah.
Cool. Awesome. And then some people are asking if the roof is included. So the roof decking is included, but the metal or the shingles or the shakes or whatever you use is not included. So that's up to you, but we do help you with that. And I don't know if anyone has any comments on the roof guide. Was that helpful for ordering your roof if you went with shingles or metal or whatever?
Yeah, you took that.
I took the whole page with me into our local hardware store and said, this is what I need. They didn't sell all the same parts as what was in the guide, but we were able to figure out the different parts, what were needed. And yeah, it had exactly what we need.
Yeah, everything was pretty much exactly the right size and everything from them. They measured everything to 10 feet or whatever it was. And yeah, they didn't have Flying J, but
Yeah, Flying J was the part that the company
they had
here
something similar to that, so it all worked out.
Okay. Did anybody use anybody add solar panels? Kiki's Picks asks, has anyone added solar panels or power banks? No. Okay.
No.
I have a 10,000 square foot old feed and seed store in Atlanta with 50 kilowatts of solar.
Okay. Sweet.
So I've been using solar here that does everything.
Yeah. I have one on one of my bunkies, but it's quite a bit smaller than Helm's. And all it does is so it's one solar panel, it runs a little charge controller and a battery power, and it runs like a light, like a built-in light, and has like one or two outlets. So I can if I need to charge cell phones and watch a bit of TV. There is probably on our website, there's some stuff on electrical, Kiki. So check that out. And lots and lots of clients are off grid, so they're doing stuff like that. So, any advice for this is definitely a Helm question being in South Carolina. Any advice for hot, humid summers over 100?
Yes, we've been having that this summer.
Right.
I've never needed air conditioning in South Carolina. We're in a very shady sort of knoll in the woods that stays beautifully comfortable, except this year. From Lowe's for $300, you can get a higher portable air conditioner. You put a 6-inch hole through the wall, ventilate it directly outside.
That's exactly what I did in my house. Yeah.
And also, then year round, I run. They don't make it anymore, but you can buy very small dehumidifiers. It's about the size of 2 coffee cans, and I just leave that running all year round.
Yeah. Yeah, for the humidity. So there's another thing that so we don't have this anywhere near what you guys have. So, but in Ontario, like the end of March, early April can get a little swampy depending on how fast the snow is melting. So I buy these damp traps. They're like kind of like those do not eat gels, but in a larger can. I throw them in, usually towards the end of the winter, and they suck up all that kind of swampy moisture. That's what I use just for sucking up the humidity. But the little, you're talking about the ones with the exhaust tube, those little portable, those are great. I've used those.
It goes into a reservoir, or you can tube it outside.
Yeah, it's so great. Yeah, those are excellent, and they're cheap too. So I like both those things. What about a pellet stove to warm it up? Has anyone tried a pellet stove? I know a lot of our clients have done it, but if any of you guys, using propane, you mentioned Rex, right?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. But yeah, definitely pellet stoves work good. Okay. People are asking what the turnaround time is. Right now we can order like to Eastern Ontario, as long as we have trucks going there, which we do, I think, until probably Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving. Then we could probably make something happen if you want to do it this year, or we're booking for next spring and summer. Boom, boom, boom. Good questions. Okay. Very helpful hearing from real Bunkie Life owners. Okay. So thank you guys. Thank you everybody for doing this. It was kind of last minute, and you were so gracious to spend your time with me this evening. I appreciate it very much. Why do some people have a crown next to their name? I don't know what that means. Okay, so I don't know what a crown means, but I don't think it infers any actual royalty on you. I just want to be clear about that. Okay, I might have missed a few questions from back in the day. If you answered a question we didn't get to and you want to ask live from real Bunkie Lifers right now, now's your chance. Otherwise, I'm going to say the code word and thank everyone for their incredibly gracious and generous amount of time tonight. Okay, so I wanted to mention one more thing. We are doing a epic summer, end of summer sale. So don't delay on that. If you want to email me, david@bunkielife.com with the subject line sale. Do it before you go to bed tonight, folks, because it's the type of thing you might think about doing, then you forget about it. The next day you got work, and then the kid's sick, and blah, blah, blah. Just do it tonight before you go to bed. I promise you, we'll email you back by tomorrow morning at the latest. It's not only the hottest sale of the year, it's also bonus perk if you get in before the contest closes. So you got basically a week, okay? So you get that email to me. I promise you I won't bite, and it's a pretty zero pressure situation, but at least you know, A, what the perk is, B, we'll figure out what it costs to ship to you, and C, what the all-in cost would be. So here's a good question. This is a pretty common question. I'm going to throw it back to the group. So can they be used as an ADU or a tiny home? I'm curious what you guys think, because I know my answer, but I'm curious what actual Bunkie Lifers think.
They know about the tiny home. Reason is our spruce wood is one of the larger bunkies, and I don't see there as being space in it to put a washroom. We've got a little coffee cart with a counter. I've got a water bottle on it so we can make coffee in the morning with a little fridge, but there's no way I can put washroom facilities in there or even some plumbing to wash dishes. That's why we still have our trailer. That's where our water source is in our shower.
Yeah, no, it's probably so there's a space constraint. So they're not huge structures, right? They're bunkies. And then the other aspect is, you're in Alberta, or in your case, Rex and Beth, you're in Minnesota. It gets cold, as you know, right? I'm just curious. People are asking, and do people actually pull it off? Yes, sometimes they do, but there's so many other considerations, like the space issue that Angela mentioned, the washroom issue, the fact that it's not really a fully insulated building, right? And that's just to make it livable for yourself. Then on top of that, you have to convince your local mafia to not come and shut you down. And that's been actually the major problem that's prevented people from using them as tiny homes. Because it's really tricky to comply with all the local bylaws. Sometimes they want something at least 400 square feet, which none of our bunkies are, or they want it to have hot water tanks and all these other things. So that would be my main thought. Okay, so anyways, thank you for that question, because it is a common question. I know it's something that we need to address, but okay. Everyone's asking what the code word is. My kids were yelling. Okay, let's go into the code word. The code word tonight is community. The code word is community. So if you go to the contest scoreboard and you enter the word, or you find the word community, that'll get you extra chance to win. And we're going to do a couple extra live streams before the end of this contest. So I mentioned this, the Epic Winter or the Summer Sale, right? That's coming up. But as a sign off, oh wait, hold on. There's a live stream happening on Sunday. That'll be how to earn extra Bunkie income. And we might have a few extra special guests there too. And then on Monday of next week, why we do this. And then finally, we'll announce the winner a week from today. So I want to thank our lovely guests from Alberta, Georgia, and Minnesota. I wish we could have got Kate in there, but she must have had something come up. But man, it was such a pleasure to chat with you guys and host you. And once again, thank you so much for taking the time to jump on this kind of Zoom call and talking in front of hundreds of people. And it's like you guys make it such a great gig that we have here at Bunkie Life to serve people like you and your families and see all the creative ways you use your bunkies, and now it's in a wedding and all these things. Like, it's just awesome. So it's truly an honor, and thank you so much for your time. We'll see everybody in just on Sunday. We'll see you then.